Hello, everybody. It's Fantastic Mr. Ghost. And let me show you why I play 7 Days to Die. Let's go. Alright, now you know why I play 7 Days to Die. I love smashing zombies in the face, shooting their heads off, zapping them, poking them with my spear, all that stuff. Well, recently, we've had a little bit of a community crash out with 2.0, and I'm here for it. So let's talk about the, oh my gosh, 2.0 Town Hall. I'll flash it up on the screen. So we have tonight, July 25th at 9 p.m. CT, that's Central Time, and they're, hey survivors, yeah, that's us. We've been listening to your feedback and wanted to chat about some of the changes we plan to make to address it. Tune in Friday, July 25th at 9 p.m. CT as Richard and Joel Hunick discuss their upcoming changes. So, I don't know what started this, but I want to say it was Jay Woodle. But let me also direct your attention to this screenshot here when you start the game up. And I just wanted to make sure that people are aware of this. Now, when you start the game, you see the fun pips and that little cane with the diamond goes across, and it's loud as hell. And usually you press spacebar or hit enter to, before it hits so you don't get blasted with the sound. But on the bottom, it says this title is pre-release software. Some platform features may not work correctly. Some game features might not work correctly and might crash. Why is this here? Why is that still there when they're 1.0? So the reason I'm bringing that up is because between the town hall and that little clip there, it kind of makes you wonder, you guys aren't really 1.0 and you're playing games you're playing shell games with this versioning number. I think they wanted to go 1.0 for whatever reason. They probably thought it would look good on paper. Maybe there's some pressure from Sony and Xbox, like, hey, you need to be 1.0 if you want to put this game back up here. because they had to recertify. There was that, I think it was Telltale Games or something, where they lost the rights to their own game and they had to sue to get it back so they can go back on console. And then that ended whatever it was with the consoles. And then in order to get 1.0, or in order to get it back on, they said, well, we have to go 1.0 because we're being forced to by Sony and or Xbox. So I think that's what they did, but they weren't ready for 1.0. And they keep changing the game, so they aren't 1.0. And it's clear because they went to 1.1, 2, 3, 4, now 2.0, and they have a roadmap, and they shouldn't have a timer on it. They should just remove all dates and say when it's ready, it's ready. I'd be more okay with that. Although it's nice to know what they're shooting for, but it gets them in trouble. So I think they should just not put any dates down. Now, let me also, I was talking about Jay Woodle. There's a couple other content creators that came out and are expressing their frustration with the direction of 7 Days to Die, and specifically 2.0 was the straw that broke the camel's back. And now we're all crashing out, right? That's the new term. Now I want to point you to the requirements to be in the creator program. And at the bottom, it says here, your content creator status may be revoked if you upload streams or content that damages the brand image of the Fun Pimps with 7 Days to Die or the Blood Moons that they have. Now, that's another thing that ties into why they think feedback and constructive criticism, or just criticism, is the damaging of the brand. No, it's not. We're playing your game right now, and we're telling you that the direction you're going is not good based on how it used to be. And content creators are afraid to lose that status with the Fun Pimps and get blacklisted by them. Because if they say something and the Fun Pimps deem that to be, oh, you're damaging, then they're SOL. And if you notice that, well, YouTube operates in a way where they punish you for doing different things. So that's why you see, and Mr. Reach talked about this, and he had a video, I think a little while ago, about 7 Days to Die 2.0, and he wasn't really saying much, I don't think, but he's definitely like, I don't know if I like this. But he made a point to say on one of his other videos that YouTube algorithm punishes you for doing different things. So that's why content creators are afraid to say things, because their channel is all their eggs are in one basket. But that also squelches any creativity that could be passed on to the Fun Pimps and feedback that they need to make their game good. And I guess Jay Woodle said something that I think the Steam reviews went to mixed at a certain point, and I think it was after Alpha 16. I think it was Alpha 17, and I think it went mixed after that, and it's been just going downhill since then. And that's because they are just doing things that people don't agree with. They're like, hey, this is not the game that I enjoyed. And it's like a rug pull, like you're pulling the rug out from under me. I like the game, and I love the graphics, and I like what they're doing with the sound effects and the updated graphics, the character model and everything. But, they're changing things that don't need to be changed. So I'm going to flash up 3 channels here. The first one is Jay Woodle. Go to his channel and watch what he said, or listen to what he said. I think he started the ball rolling on this, but I could be wrong. And then the next person I saw was Rob. Now, I'm not subscribed to Jay Woodle. I know he's just not my style of content creator. Now, there's just Rob. I think he was the second guy, and he came up after. And I think Jay Woodle is the catalyst for others to start talking. Just Rob, I am subscribed to because he's got a cool epic beard, and I like his chill style. And he's my size of content creator, so I want to follow him. And then there's Spartan85. I just found him. I've seen him around. I'm not subscribed because he does Let's Plays, and well, so do I. And he also does streams. Well, I'm busy doing my own things, so I don't really have time for that. And I just found him, and I looked at his channel. It's like all 7 Days to Die stuff, and I'm like, well, I'm already doing that, So anyway, those are the 3 channels that I noticed were speaking up about 2.0 and the things that they don't like, and the direction, they don't like the direction of 7 Days to Die. Now, I wanted to talk about a few things that I do not like about 7 Days to Die and 2.0, but I want to keep it brief because I don't want this to be a 2-hour long video, because it could be. So I have played 2.0. I have played through Perception, Strength, Fortitude, Agility, and Intellect, and I've dabbled into the general purpose perks here. I like that they're doing this here. We'll get into that. So let's go to the skills. And the three things they did was they added the storms, the badges for each biome, and they redid or reworked the skills, or the perks trees and stuff. So, as you notice, I don't have the badges. I played 3 times testing out. I think I started off in Perception, and then I went to Strength and then Fortitude, and then I turned them off. They are just busy work. I don't care for them. I mean, yeah, okay, it's good for one time, two, three. All right, I'm done. It doesn't add anything to the game. It's just busy work. If you play once every 3 months, yeah, okay, you know, it doesn't bother you as much. But when you're playing like me, where I'm testing play styles and trying to come up with some ideas, because, you know, I'm really into 7 Days to Die right now, and I really enjoy it. And I just got sick and tired of it. And then being locked out of a biome, for example, you know, I had a drop and it went into the wasteland because I was right near the wasteland here, and I'm in the pine forest, and I'm like, I gotta go all the way into the wasteland to pick up this drop, and I don't have any badges. Well, that's stupid. You know, well, why is the drop, you know, like, the badge is keeping me from doing something, and I don't like that. That's player agency. You're taking away my opportunity to risk, you know, going into a tough biome to grab something and get out. Now, one of the drops that I got, I had a treasure map, and guess what? It's in the wasteland, right? And I don't remember which playthrough this was, if it was the same one or not. If it was Perception or I was doing Strength or whatever. Now, I can't even go into the wasteland for barely get in there, get in and out to get a drop, let alone dig through rock with a stone axe to get a treasure map, or treasure. So I thought, well, that's kind of stupid. And so I turned them off because I should be rewarded for going into a tough area, not completely thwarted from going into an area. So I wasn't happy about the badges after it was just, okay, this is just repetitive, busy work. And now they're keeping me out from getting the treasure and the drop. And to me, that's the fun, you know, risking it for the biscuit, as they say. Now, the other thing that I think they did was they're clamping. So we have this, you know, game stage, loot stage, and all that. Well, from what I understand, it doesn't matter because you could go into the wasteland and you're going to find, like I have level 6 stuff because I was doing the recording, but you're going to get the same loot as if you were in the pine forest. So let's say you go, you're moving along, you're in the desert, or let's say burnt forest, and the loot table goes up, but you go to the wasteland, it's going to be the same loot table. So you're going to get the same level, let's say level 2, level 3 stuff. So I'm like, well, what's the point of even going into other biomes then? The whole point of making the tougher biomes is that there's a risk and a reward involved. You know, so you can, let's say you sneak in there and, oh, I'm going to go into this one POI real quick, and I know where the loot is, so I could kind of sneak in there and, and go get that. Let's say a zombie comes after me. Well, I got to hightail it out of there. Hopefully, I got a bike or a mini bike. I jump on it and go. That's fun. That's risk. That's reward. That's adrenaline, you know. So the loot table thing, I don't know if that's still the case. I thought they backed that out, but I did notice that it was kind of still there. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I did notice that I'm like, this is asinine, you know? So now the next thing I want to talk about here is the skills. I am glad they did this general purpose perk thing. Now what I did to test 2.0, I said, okay, they got the general purpose perks. They've got these masteries now. Let's see if I can play a perception character only. And also the other ones, you know. And the feedback I have here is they still need to work on getting these perk trees to be standalone. And that would be helpful for multiplayer and single player. So if I want to come in and be a perception character, I should be able to do that. And one of the things that they need to do here is take this Iron Gut and Cardio out of frickin' Fortitude and put it into general purpose. Because as a single player and even a multiplayer, we all need to slow our food consumption down, and we need to have better cardio. Now, another thing about perception that I noticed, and they've done some decent stuff here, but they need to play test this. I don't think they are. I think they're just like, hey, this is a great idea. Yeah, throw it in. But they don't really have any good crowd control. Yes, they have Demolition's Expert, but it's not helpful when you're in a small area or a tight area like a POI, and then what are you gonna do? Throw a contact grenade or whatever? You can't do crowd control when you're getting swarmed by zombies with bombs. And the only thing you have is the spear, which it's a precision instrument. And then also the sniper rifle is a precision instrument. So it's very tough to run a perception build only. And if you ask me, perception and agility should be collapsed together, because a sniper rifle is a long-range sneak weapon. I do sneak sniper in Fallout 4, Fallout 3, any game that an RPG game that has that. When you have Skyrim, where you have the stealth archer, the meme, right? But it's actually pretty true, because when you're starting out, you need to build up experience or start getting perks and other things. Being stealthy and having perception being the Deadeye is fun. Demolition Expert should be general purpose, hands down. Now, I'm in creative mode, so we're gonna go into here and we're gonna do RIF for rifle. I'm okay with the pipe rifle. Get rid of the hunting rifle. It's a single shot. You already have a single shot. Get rid of this. These are just about the same, just the hunting rifle is more damage. Whoop-de-doo. The lever action rifle is 5 rounds. I think you could put an extender in it. That moves to where the hunting rifle is. The sniper rifle moves down as a third option. Then add another gun, or make it where the sniper rifle can have an extended, not only extended mag, but a drum mag or something similar to that. And then I can make this into an automatic weapon. And how you do that is you go into, let's say here, you have a full auto mod. You throw that in your sniper, and you have a drum mag or something similar. You put that on the sniper, and now you have an automatic weapon that's a little better for crowd control in Horde Nights. So I think that's an option. Is it the solution to make perception standalone? Not really. There maybe need to be more weapons or different weapons or something like that here. Strength is fine. I would like to see Miner 69er, Mother Load, and Junk Miner moved out into general purpose perks though. Everything else is fine. Be creative and add something else. Construction perks should be for every player, should be general purpose. Fortitude is fine, except Cardio and Iron Gut, like I mentioned before. These are really for all players, and I'm okay with everything else. The fists and the machine gunner, it's all fun. Let's go to Intellect really quick. I'm okay with Intellect, except one thing. They added the Intellect Mastery, Bookworm, Photographic Memory. Pull that out and put it into general purpose perks. Everybody needs skill mags, and you're forcing players to go into Intellect, and I may not want to do that in early game. Yes, there's this meta talk. Yeah, the meta is going to Intellect. I don't want to. I want to play a perception character or a strength or whatever. I shouldn't have to go into Intellect on every playthrough to get Bookworm and Photographic Memory and then drink a stupid Learn Elixir. No, it's not a playstyle I want to play. I want to be able to have a character that's balanced and in one area. I want to play a perception or strength or whatever for each playthrough. I don't want to have to bounce around, drink Forgetting Elixirs, respec. It's just silly to me. A Forgetting Elixir doesn't make any sense. It should be removed from the game, and what you pick is what you pick. You shouldn't have to respec to get different stuff. And then the bookworm and the photographic memory, like I said, pull that out, put it here. What I've noticed is they've nerfed the drop rates of magazines, skill magazines specifically. And I think the reason for that is because they added the bookworm and the photographic memory. I'm okay with these perks, but I just don't want them to be under intellect and have to perk in to 7 level perk, number 7, brilliant, to be able to capitalize on the intellect mastery bookworm. This is level 5 and this is level 7. So I think that's just really forcing players to go, if you really want to progress your game. Now, do you have to go into intellect and intellect mastery and get photographic memory? No, but you're going to be stuck in the pine forest for longer than you really want to be, because your skill magazines are going to be lagging your character's leveling now. So you're going to have level 1 armor and you're going to be, level 25 or 30. I was in, I think, the, what do you call it? The winter biome, and I didn't have a rad remover yet because they nerfed things so hard that I'm seeing radiated zombies now and I don't have a rad remover. I used to get a rad remover before I started seeing the radiated zombies. That's how it should be, because my leveling and my skill magazines were progressing such that I'd see them before I went to that biome. And that's just because I'm playing quick. I'm very fast at getting in and out of POIs, and I'm, leveling up quicker and all that. So that's my take on that. Now, agility is by far, they really screwed the pooch on this one here. And they nerfed sneak in version 1.4, and I was okay with it. But they really did screw it even harder when they now have the zombies with those generators. So if you go to the, I think it's the new POIs, they have those generators that just pop out zombies like it's a freaking, manufacturing, they're manufacturing from vents. Well, what they're doing is they're coming through the vents. They're like clunk, 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 and they're coming out. They're crawling out. Well, From the Shadows is useless now. Hidden Strike is useful if there's, From the Shadows and Hidden Strike are useful if the zombies are there and spawned in. But you know what they're doing now is I opened a door one time and a zombie just materialized in front of me. I'm like, what the heck is this? So basically they've invalidated the From the Shadows, and then you don't even get to use Hidden Strike anymore because the zombies are aware of you and you don't get any sneak damage. So the only use that From the Shadows the only use you have for this is when you're walking around in POIs or outside just kind of milling around and you see a zombie, you shoot it. Now, I was okay with the nerf on version 1.4, but they've taken it further now. And this is a prime example of they're not playtesting this. They need to playtest the agility tree with their changes. They need to playtest every one of these skills, because when they change something, they're affecting it, indirectly they're affecting these. And they really screwed agility up. It's no longer a fun thing to do. Really, these stealth perks are just shot. So go back to get rid of those generators and go back to the way you did things before, where the zombies were there, they were hanging out, and we could see them and walk up to them and pop them in the head. So anyway, I don't want to go too much further. It's already too long. So yeah, check out the town hall. If you miss it, I'm sure a lot of content creators will be covering it. So thanks for listening to me complain. Actually, no, I'm just offering feedback from what I've seen. I've played the hell out of 2.0. I haven't done a series on it because I'm still doing the Nomad. So these are my suggestions to the Fun Pimps. And, again, these are just opinions, and everyone's got one, and they all stink. Peace out.